Hey, you guys. I wanted to talk to you guys about feeling and releasing emotion. Now, I pride myself on being a positive person and really having a weird understanding of life and of different points of view and different emotions. But I've also realized that sometimes I have trouble expressing my emotion and really I bottle it up without even realizing it, I think. And it's totally unconscious, and it's totally been an unconscious learning experience because I grew up and there weren't many fights. So I guess I've equated that to, oh my god, when there's a fight, something is really, really wrong. Fighting is bad. Yelling is bad. Expressing how you feel is bad. And I mean, yeah, I don't recommend fighting every day or screaming and yelling to get your point across all the time. But sometimes things build up that you don't even realize build up, and you have to express it. And it's really about just speaking your truth. Because you're not, doing it to hurt anybody, which is, I think, a lot of people's fear. You're allowed to feel and perceive things in your own way. It's never right or wrong. It's if you allow it to stay that way and don't learn from it and grow from it and don't continue to process it, don't leave it where it is, then it becomes a problem. And, a lot of times we become numb. We don't even know that we're feeling a certain way until we explode. We don't know how to feel about certain things, especially things that are hard and sad and things that we don't normally on a day-to-day basis go through. And a lot of the times in the moment, we're strong. And then we fall apart. In my family growing up, we call that the aftermath, where you're strong in the moment and then you fall apart. On both sides of my family in different ways, we have that. My dad, for instance, can help anybody in the moment. He played softball and the catcher got hit in the head with a bat. He was the first one over to help. When he walked away, he was ready to throw up because of all the blood. That's, a funny example. But, you know, when you hold on to how you feel, it doesn't go away. It festers and it grows and grows until you explode. Whereas if you express it in the moment, in a healthy way, even if you have to take a couple of deep breaths, if you're that upset in the moment where you're like, oh my god, I can't say what I really want to say right now, figure out a way to say it in a healthy way. And the emotions and the tenseness and the anger and the sadness and the whatever quote unquote negative emotion that you're feeling will leave a lot faster. You'll be able to take a deep breath you didn't even realize you weren't able to take or were holding it. And this is something that some of us have to practice. Doing it once doesn't mean, oh, I'm going to do this all the time because it felt so good. If you've been the type to bottle up your emotions even without realizing it, it's not going to be that easy to switch that. You're not going to be suddenly this new person who skips around and releases everything when you feel it. You know what I mean? And, sometimes you will have to process it, but that's what this is about. You don't have to, this doesn't mean that you have to say or do everything that you think in the moment, but allow yourself to feel it in a healthy way. Don't numb it. Don't pretend it's not there. Don't just think positive. If there's a problem, especially if it becomes a cycle of a problem, it's God and the universe trying to teach you something so that you can learn and grow in your life journey. And you're not going to learn it if you constantly ignore that sign and ignore how you feel. Your feelings are triggering something in you that has to be released somehow. Whether it's writing and burning, whether it's actually telling somebody how you feel, whether it's... Sorry, I'm making a video. Whether it's... Sorry about that. Whether it's, writing a song, writing a book, drawing. Channel it in a positive way. But release it somehow. And if you have to do, like, kickboxing or boxing or actually expressing it to the person, then that's what you have to do. But don't be afraid of it, because you can trust me on this now. Holding on to it will eventually catch up. It might not end well when you say what you want to say, but you'll feel better. There will be that weight lifted off of you type of feeling. And I know I've just rambled on for about 8 minutes. So with that, I'm going to end this video. Subscribe to the channel if this helped you. Send it to a friend if it helped you. Share it on your pages if it helped you. And like I said in the last video, I will try to be on here at least once a week. Hopefully I'm shooting for Mondays. Don't quote me on that, but subscribe so you get the updates when I do update. And I'll talk to you guys soon.